Hey everybody, how's it going today? I have decided to do a rod and reel arsenal video today since it's really nothing better outside to do. Can't go fishing or nothing like that here in Ohio in February. So I've decided to just do a little rod and reel arsenal, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rods that I use the most. I do have other rods that I use for like crappie and stuff like that, but I do not use them very often because I just bass fish the most. And all these rods are going to be towards like a shallow water fisherman. None of them are really going to be deep water. They're going to be able to convert into a shallow water rod. And I do have a few spinning. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my rods are spinning and moderate action rods, and most of them are of a fast action. And I'm going to start with the fast action rods first and just go over it. We'll start with this one first. Okay. This rod is an Garcia Vengeance. It's a 6.6 medium heavy fast action. All my fluorocarbon, I have fluorocarbon on this rod. All my fluorocarbon is Sunline Shooter or in Seaguar and Vizx. So it's going to be one of them two. I don't know which one is spooled on which, just I know that's all I use. And this is a Cast King Rail Legend reel with 15-pound fluorocarbon. This is my... I would throw chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, flukes, a buzzbait in open water around no vegetation. And I'm also going to throw, most of the time, is going to be a jig. It's going to be my dock skipping rod. There's a lot of docks where I live, so I got to skip underneath them to catch the big fish in post-spawn and stuff like that. Reel's okay. Cast King, it gives me some problems. It is not the best reel. I would not buy another Cast King rod or reel. And the Abu Garcia rods, they're okay. I would probably buy another one of them, but I probably would buy the Veritas instead of this series. Okay. Now here's one of the Veritases I bought this year. This is a 610 medium heavy fast action Veritas with 30-pound braid, and this is a 13 fishing Concept A. Yeah, Concept A, 8:1 gear ratio. I use this rod for skipping frogs, underdocks, and buzzbaits. That's the only thing I really use it for, and I will throw a fluke on it every once in a while. Haven't tried this setup this year. I just bought it a couple months ago. I bought 2 setups a couple months ago, both these rods, to try them out, because a lot of people have them where I live, and I wanted to try them out myself, try to get seen a good deal on it, so I picked one up. Okay. Next rod, we'll go with the next braid rod. I got 2 braid rods and the rest are fluorocarbon and fast actions. This is my big frog rod in heavy cover. This is 7'4", heavy, extra fast. It's got 50-pound braid and it's got a Jason Christie laser speed spool on it. And I think it's like 6:4 gear ratio, 6:8 sorry. This is a really good rod. It's a 13 fishing Fate Chrome rod. It's a pretty good rod for the money. It's an $80 rod, and this is a really good inexpensive reel. This is probably one of the best inexpensive reels I've ever had. I think I got it for like $70 at Walmart, and I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. I mean, lube it up and everything, and it runs perfect. I haven't had any problems with it, so I would buy it if I'm looking for a low budget reel. Okay, next rod. This one is my, it's like my Texas rig rod. It's kind of like a flipping stick, but isn't real heavy. These 13 fishing rods run a little thin, so I really wouldn't want to flip with this rod. I mean, it's real, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of flimsy. And it's a Defy Black. It's like a step down from the Fate Chrome. And this is 7'3" medium heavy fast action with 17-pound fluoro, I'm pretty sure, on it. And it's got a Revo S Abu Garcia with 7.3-1 reel. Texas rigs, spinner baits. It's kind of an all-around good rod and reel. Mostly I'll flip and pitch into sparse cover, but not real heavy, thick, like a big thick tree or something. It's going to be like some rocks or something. I'm just covering it with a Texas rig and a spawn or something like that. Okay, next rod. This is my top water rod. This is the only technique I use this rod for. I'll throw poppers, walk-in baits, anything on top water. It's a 6.6 medium, fast action. It's got a quantum pulse on it with 12 or 14 pound mono. I forget what it is, but it's a great rod. It's a Taboo Garcia Black Max. It's a real cheap combo, but I haven't had any problems with it. I did send this reel back with quantum, just send it right back to me in a couple days, and it works just fine. This is probably one of the best rods I've had for the money. I mean, if you want to get a cheap rod, it's good. I'd go buy the Black Max. Okay, here's another one. This is a Taboo Garcia Vigilance or something like that. I don't know how to say this, and it's a Mark Rose 7 1-to-1 lose reel. And it's a 7-foot medium fast action, and I'll throw square bills and shaky heads. It's really the only thing I'll throw on this. It's a little cheaper combo, so I'll favor the other combos a little more. And it's a good shaky head rod for a bigger shaky head, and it's a really good square bill rod if you can get one with a real light tip, and you can put some fluorocarbon on it or even monofilament, and you can get some. It can be a real good square bill rod. Okay, here's the next one. This is 7-foot medium heavy fast action loose TP1 speed stick, and it's got a Taboo Garcia Black Max with 15 pound. I'm pretty sure this one's Sunline. And I'll flip with this rod a lot. I'll throw spinner baits, chatter baits, flukes. I mean, this is one of the rods that I use the most. Just a 7-foot medium heavy. What else? I'll flip a lot. These loos run really heavy. They're really thick, even for a medium heavy. It's heavier than my heavy action rods. So I'll flip with it. I'll throw spinner baits, chatter baits, any big open hook bait. I'll throw jigs a lot. I'll throw Texas rigs, anything like that. Any big open hooked bait. The last rod in the fast actions is my big flipping stick. It's 7-11 heavy extra fast action. I use this for flipping. I will throw like a deep worm with it. This is one of them rods where I use deep, but most of the time I'm flipping shallow. I'll throw a big swim bait on it sometimes, actually, which I hardly ever do, but I have. It's got a little oil on it here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll use it for flipping, big swim baits, and throwing like a deep worm or a big football jig or something like that. It's basically I'll use this. I basically always have it on the front of my boat no matter what. It's always being used somehow. For the next moderate action rod, this is a moderate fast action rod. It's a 6.9 medium heavy moderate fast action rod. It's a custom speed stick from Lew's. It's supposed to be one of their signature series rods. It's supposed to be for square bills, but I love throwing jerk baits on it. It's got a Jason Christie speed spool with a 6/8 to 1 gear ratio. It's really good for jerk baits. When you snap them jerk baits and you got a real long cast out there, it's really hard with a real flimsy rod to get that jerk bait to respond the right way and make it look natural and get that fish to react to it. So I like a heavier rod unless some people like a medium, some people like a medium light, and some people like a medium heavy. And I like a medium heavy with a little bit lighter tip. And I will throw other things like I will throw spinner baits and chatter baits and stuff like that with that rod on occasions. We'll go with this one. This is my last bait caster. It's a 7-foot medium moderate with 12 pound fluoro on it and a Cast King Spartacus reel with an Akuma Evx Carbon Rod. I use this rod for small crankbaits and jerk baits. That's really all I use it for. I don't really got much to say about this rod because I haven't really used it very much. And it's a good rod, but the reel kind of brings it down. It can't really cast very far with this reel. But besides just using it every once in a while, it works fine for me. First spinning rod I got is a 6.6 medium fast. It's paired, it's an Taboo Garcia Veritas paired with a 13 Fishing Creed FB reel. It's great for skipping under docks. That's what I use it most for, skipping finesse techniques under docks. I skip a lot of docks. And it's got a real short butt handle, and it's got a real soft tip to it, to where it bends and it doesn't allow that fish to rip that little tiny finesse hook out, but it's got that backbone to where I can really kind of load back on them fish and kind of get them out of that cover or under the dock or whatever I'm skipping under to get them in that open water, so I can play with them with my drag and get them in that way. But most of the time it's just wacky rigs. That's basically it. Wacky rigs, Nico rigs, every once in a while a drop shot. This is the last rod, my last spinning rod. It's my all-around finesse rod. It's a 7-foot medium fast. It's got 12-pound braid on it, and it's a Laser SG1 speed stick by Luz with a 13 CRG 3000 by Luz. For a $60 reel, it's got 10 ball bearings, and I don't think there's another $60 spinning reel out there that got 10 ball bearings. I've looked, and it's a really good rod. It's got that real soft tip to it, to where I can fish all the drop shots, the shaky heads, the Ned rigs, all that stuff, the Mojo rigs. I fish with it, and it's a real good rod to me. It's real soft. I don't really need that medium light some people have, because this covers it for me. I like a thicker rod, and I like to throw my bait casters more when I do my spinnings. And that's all the rods I got. That covers the whole gamut for me. I'll show you around the boat, show you up from the front of the deck to the back to what I got on it. I'm 17, so it isn't the best, but it works, and you don't really need the best and the greatest to catch all the fish. You can, as long as you know what you're doing and you put time into it, you don't have to have the best and the greatest stuff. Okay, we're going to be running a Skeeter this year. It's a 1998 Skeeter with a 1999 engine. It's a 75 horse Mercury. Up at the top, it's got a 55-pound thrust trolling motor, and a Minn Kota. I haven't tried the Minn Kota TH Marine prop yet, but I'm going to try that out this year. I'll tell you about it in a later video sometime. I got a Helix 7 up there. I got tackle here, rod box there, like a 1800s Hummingbird over there with a GPS on it, live well tackle. That's battery compartments, and that's the engine. I've kind of got the boat all torn apart right now. I'm doing all kinds of stuff with it, making the rod arsenal video and everything. But it'll all be put together before the fishing season comes in. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down there. I really need it, as you can see. And I am going to be going up to a fishing expo in Columbus in 2 weeks, exactly from this exact day. And Jordan Lee's going to be there talking about his Bassmaster Classics, the times he won. Ish Monroe is going to be talking about stuff, and Mike McClellan's going to be talking about stuff. And I'm going to have every single one of their seminars posted on here. So if you want to go on, hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified when I release their seminars, and they're going to be real long videos, but I know you guys like that stuff. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and get them videos.